Welcome back to the Suicide Squad audio companion and narration by MC Brown. And we're reading, as always, or from the beginning of the series at least, from Suicide Squad Trial by Fire, which is volume 1 of the Suicide Squad series from DC Comics. The great series from the late 80s, early 90s, written predominantly by John Ostrander and crew. Awesome creative teams, and we're not trying to step on their toes. As always, this is a companion piece. The link's in the description where you can buy your own, although this is can be available in numerous bookstores, like I've got some of these and this particular one as well. Sometimes at very affordable, good prices too, so just kind of keep an eye out. Most of the pronunciations I should have down. Sometimes there could be accents or text boxes could be confusing because the stories are very wordy. Awesome, but wordy. So I apologize for any mistakes I may have either made or will make. And it's all in fun, and this is all a fun series, my favorite series of all time, so that's why I'm partial to it. And I'll do my best to try to get voices as I feel they are, or accents as they see fit. So it's a labor of love. That's all I can say to it. And yeah, just to kind of give you a heads up on this one before we officially begin, we will be reading from Suicide Squad number 5. This issue was written by John Ostrander with art by Luke McDonnell and Bob Lewis. Robert Greenberger is the editor. Letters by Todd, Klein, color by Carl Gafford. And they did a little different here, like a movie in this one. The Flight of the Firebird is what this issue is. This is from September 1987, and if you get your own, there is a table of contents that tells you where this begins. Of course, on page 138 from Suicide Squad number 5. The cover is penciled by Luke McDonnell with cover inks by Bob Lewis, who took over as inker last issue. So, without further ado, we won't waste any more time. We are going to begin on page 138. Suicide Squad number 5, Mission to Moscow. The title of the issue, The Flight of the Firebird. Moscow. I want Zoya Tregorian set free. Comrade Chairman, I must protest. The woman is an enemy of the state, and the daughter of an enemy to the state. Her book, The Firebird, attacks our nuclear defense system in the clearest allegorical terms. It is a clumsy book, Comrade Earth. Give it attention only because of who Trigorian's father and grandfather were. We have made it notorious by confining the author to a gulag, as we did her father, where I might remind you, he died ignominiously. He died as he deserved. Anatolio Trigorian was a religious reactionary and a traitor to the Soviet people. This is too much talk. Why don't we just shoot her? Doing so solves nothing, General. It is only the crudeness of a bullet that bothers you, Comrade Gorbachev. Could remind you the KGB has many ways of inducing death, and it can be made to look most natural. If Zoya Tregorian dies while in a Novgorod psychiatric hospital in the Gulag like her father, she will have achieved the martyrdom she so fervently seeks. That is what we seek to prevent, Comrade Zastrov. If you want to discredit her, let her write more books. After all, she is no Bulgakov. No, she writes poisons the mind. Above all, we must protect our children who are young and impressionable. What of a trade? We offer Tregorian to the West in exchange for some prestigious political prisoners the West has rotting in its cells. The one of world opinion then falls on them and away from us. There may be something to that, Comrade Zastrov. She then resumes her writing, and her own second-rate talent buries her. That is good, constructive, progressive thinking, Comrade Zastrov. I like it. Proceed with that line of thinking, Comrade. I give you 30 days to implement it, too. At which time, if you are not successful, I will set Zoya Tregorian free. Belle Reve Prison, Louisiana. You think this will work, Cobblepot?
I prefer my nom de crime, the Penguin, if you please.
You're the Penguin on your time. This is mine and your Cobblepot. Well,
it was a pretty little problem, to be sure. Our dear government, out of the goodness of its heart, and because it would make dandy propaganda, wants you to steal a political prisoner from the USSR, one Zoya Tregorian.
If I'd want a commentary, I'd get George Will. How sure are you this plan's going to get that girl out?
Well, out of the psychiatric hospital she's in, no problem. It's the gateway that's the problem, the getaway. It's over 1,000 miles to the nearest safe exit. The trick, of course, is good to be gone before they're discovered their little Firebird is missing. There's no room for excess baggage on this trip, so why must I go on it?
I'd have more faith in the plan if the planner had a stake in it.
Again, you insult me, sir.
Tough.
I'll look over these maps again.
Fine. Tell me straight, Flag, you think this can work? Oh, fair chance. It's ingenious enough. My real objection is that it's not really necessary. Like the Penguin said, it's for propaganda, and it's real high risk. Worries me, too. Fought like the devil when it was proposed. Told them I didn't want any purely political missions. But it was this or Nicaragua. Something else biting your butt, isn't there, Colonel? It's the Enchantress. Plan depends a lot on her, but she's getting darker, less controllable, all the time. What happens if she goes berserk while we're in Russia?
Well, it's the best I can do. It has to work. And when it does, I go free, right? Sentence commuted to time served. No catch, no trick.
Only trick is surviving, Cobblepot. That's the only trick there ever is. The office of Simon Legreve, resident psychiatrist to the Suicide Squad.
Everything you've told me, June, argues a desire for wellness, a wish to be healed and whole. Examine the facts yourself. You say it was an encounter with this creature called Zamor that gave you your powers. They were manifested by your enchantress personnel, who emerged whenever you said her name. While originally a force for good, the enchantress personnel became evil, ultimately joining a group called the Forgotten Villains. Yes, she just took over and wouldn't change back. I felt trapped. But eventually you were able to reassert your own personality. You sought help, and the trail led you to Task Force X. They said they would help me find a way to cure the Enchantress or make me good again if I helped them. Which is what we're trying to do here, June. Wouldn't the problem be most simply solved if you simply didn't become the Enchantress again? It's not that easy, Doctor. You don't understand. It's all I can do to keep her in. Shall I tell you what she'd like to do with you, Doctor? Tear off your clothes, rip open your body with my teeth, pull your intestines between my...
Stop it! Do you hear me? Stop it at once! See? She almost broke out again. I'm evil. I'd be better off dead. You're not evil, June. Moon, you're actually a very brave young woman who wants to be well. I swear to you, we will do anything, explore every avenue to help you. Oh, thank you, Doctor. Thank you. Vieux-Carré, New Orleans.
Beauty. Extra grouse, that what's what it is, eh, me own digs, a bit of kanga in me pocket. You're wasting yourself back at Belrev, you know that, mate? You're the only one that lives in that hole, Deadshot, me lad. Even Big Mama Waller goes home at night.
A bid's a bid. Don't see a difference between one there and one here.
It's the view, mate. Half a deco.
Enjoy it while you got it, cobber. You jaywalk, and they'll pull it right out from under you. Gotta head back. Mission's ready to fly.
That's it. Grinded and the fact boomerang's left behind on this one. Cuts me to the quick, it does.
Yeah. Lawton's right on my own score. I try anything creative and I'll get bunged or good. And here it was just getting itchy.
Still, no one said Captain Boomerang has to be the artist now, did they?
Moscow, 2 weeks later.
Spasibo.
Flag, Richard Rogers, Colonel Diplomatic Visa. Colonel Flag, Embassy sent me to pick you up, sir.
Everybody else cycled in, Lawton?
Yeah, supposedly embassy staff to replace those the Russians took away.
Was surprised when the Penguin told us you know Russian.
Picked it up as a kid. That and a party card made the old man nuts.
Didn't know about that card either, not till just now.
Everybody should have their little secrets, Colonel.
Yeah, let's get inside. Colonel? Ben, how's the butling business?
Gets old real fast. Others down in the basement waiting for you as per instructions.
Here's your other uniform, Colonel.
Thanks, June. How's the ambassador's reaction been?
Fine, I guess. He treats us like real servants.
Wonder if State has told him what we're really about.
Relax, Colonel. He's probably just happy to have some lackeys again.
Nightshade, Cobblepot, everything under control?
Hardly. The pompous poltroon passing him off as a diplomat constantly insults my cooking. But I fixed him. I scorched his kippers. It'll be good to get out of that confined disguise. Drat, this one is worse. It bites.
If that's the worst thing that happens to you this trip, Cobblepot, you'll count yourself lucky. I'm keeping the details of the escape confidential until we reach our destination, just in case anyone gets caught along the way. Can't spill what you don't know. I'm a Russian colonel, and Deadshot is my aide-de-camp. He knows the language and will handle any inquiries from our team. For our team. Nightshade, you'll be a commissar traveling with us. Have you any chance to look around the city?
Da, Comrade Colonel. I can create a portal between our embassy and any of the railway station areas. They all fall easily within my 20-mile range.
Bronze Tiger will stay here as liaison and backup.
Too bad. I wouldn't have minded a black Russian or two on a trip.
June is a peasant girl, deaf-mute, traveling with her town priest who is hard of hearing.
Huh?
Don't get cute, Pengy. They take their prisons seriously here.
Questions? Let's roll.
Go.
Agad, through that I'll be. I won't.
Station's around the curve. Keep in mind that if anything's going to go wrong, it'll probably be on the train.
Scatter. We stand a better chance if we don't all approach the train together.
Let's forget this. I'd rather serve out my sentence.
Didn't somebody tell that mook to ditch the monocle?
Cover him. He's going to crack.
Excuse me, little father, but you look lost. May be of help?
Your hearing is gone. Let me look at your ticket. My, what a coincidence. We're traveling together. Come.
with him. And next time, watch which finger you use.
Are we safe now?
For the moment. But keep in mind, we're headed for Gorky, one of the centers for their defense industry and one of the most security-sensitive areas in all of Russia. The closer we get, the closer they'll look.
Gorky!
Eve, have you fixed this place in your head? Can you get us back here when we need to?
No problem, Rick.
Split up. Head for the rendezvous point. With luck, by this time tomorrow, we'll be back at the embassy.
Novogorod Psychiatric Hospital, just outside Gorky.
There's the target. Glad you all made it. It's your plan, Penguin, so why don't you brief the others?
Please hold your applause until I'm finished. Getting the Firebird out of her cage was never the problem. Security is nothing in the timbered box. The problem has always been getting Tregorian out of Russia once we had her. It's at least 1,000 miles to the nearest border, and all of it through hostile territory. The trick is to be gone before they discover the Firebird is missing. So we make use of the Enchantress's ability to alter her own appearance, and she becomes Zoya Tregorian, while we steal out of Russia with the original. When we're clear, Enchantress changes back, passes through the wall, and flies to freedom, while the commies stand around with red faces.
There's the signal. Let's go, June.
Colonel,
Let's go, June!
Enchantress!
My, how good to see you all again! How lovely to be free. Eat again. Each time I'm released, I get just the teensiest bit stronger. Soon you won't be able to get rid of me, and then we'll settle a few old scores, I trust, Colonel Flagg, you haven't forgotten those halcyon days when we fought as enemies. Because I haven't.
Let's just do the mission and save the histrionics.
If you won't play my game, Flagg, I won't play yours.
Get this straight. I'm not your friend, I'm not your social worker, and I don't have to be nice. You'll get Nightshade into the hospital with you so she can get the real Zoya Tregorian out, understand? Hell may not be frozen over, but Russia is. Move out. Deadshot, start assembling that rifle we concealed in your coat. I think we're going to need it.
Inside the hospital.
Spassky, come. Yes, Comrade Doctor. I've been examining the file of the patient, Zoya Tregorian. Bring her to this office. Now? But Comrade Doctor, it is after midnight. Surely this can wait until morning. I was sent in by Moscow to get results, not to have my orders questioned by an orderly who is about to be reassigned to a post in Siberia. All right, I'm going. Zoya Tregorian! Get on your feet quickly!
Tell me, darling, does being with me like this frighten you?
Hardly. I've been places, and I've seen places, and beings that would make you look like a Girl Scout.
You must take me there someday.
Oh, I intend to.
What time is it? What do you...
Do as you're told. Come! I've brought the traitor Tregorian as ordered, Comrade Doctor.
I am no traitor, comrades. I am daughter of Mother Russia, who fears for the soul of her country.
Silence! You may go, Spassky. The regulations clearly state an orderly should be with the patient at all stages of the interview. I know the regulation. I wrote it. I wrote it to protect myself from incompetents such as yourself, not to be saddled with them. Out! Very well, Comrade Doctor, I go. But I will not go far.
Why do you bother with all this? I have not disowned my book. I will not disown it. It is as my child to me. You killed my father because he told the truth. You will also kill me. Why do you delay?
And if there is another way out, Zoya Turgorian, a way with honor, would you take it?
What way? You speak in riddles. What is... Mother in heaven!
Please do not be alarmed or cry out, Zoya Turgorian. We are friends.
How's it going, Nemesis? I didn't know you spoke Russian.
Learned it back when I thought I was going to go into the diplomatic corps.
Does our little friend speak any English?
Yes, some. You are Americans, yes?
Yes. There are many who have been moved by the plight of your captivity, Zoya Turgorian, even if your own government has not. We're going to try to do something about it. We haven't much time, Nightshade and Chantress. Shall we get going?
Opening the passage back to the rest of the squad, Tom.
Let me get a good look at you. Height is a near match.
What do you do?
Just manipulating a little energy, my dear. Watch. See?
By all the saints! Why does this woman do this? Why does she steal my face?
Easy, Zoya. She's going to take your place. We've come to take you to freedom.
No! I don't want to escape.
But in the West, you'd have the freedom to write as you'd wish. I don't understand.
By staying here, I force the world's attention on what the Soviet government does to freedom. What it did to my father. I am free, and they forget too soon. No, I will not go.
Oh, this is rich!
Didn't anyone think to ask this woman if she wanted to escape before they sent us over here?
Evidently not.
What now? Do we kidnap her and force her to go to the West?
Comrade Doctor, are you finished yet with the... Bejoin with guards! Next, it all gets messy when everything hits the fan.
And that's it, folks. We finish up on page 160. When we resume our episode 8, we will be back on 161. As you could see, the teaser there for one of the greatest covers of all time, in my humble opinion. My favorite character, Deadshot. And we'll wrap this up. Please like this video, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Hoping this just reaches more and more people. With the success of Peacemaker, kind of an offshoot of the Suicide Squad. Hopefully just more people are searching for any bits of squad goodness they can. And I'm going to just keep narrating as I go along. So we'll wrap this one up, and we'll see you guys next time.